Hey y'all, good afternoon. It's Dr. Fred Williams, and we're here in Paris, Texas, and we're working on our 650. And just thought I'd give you a little update on what I've been up to the last probably month or so since I put out a video. I had the bottom portion of the fuselage. I had it put together on my big assembly table over there, and it was all nice and flat. And now it's time to move it on to some sawhorses. And I just took some standard sawhorses and cut them down, probably cut a foot off the standard sawhorse. So I guess there's probably a foot of 2x4 right in through here. Then I took and got some carriage bolts and a hole in the top, and I flattened off the 2x4 of my planer so it's good and flat. And now I've got an adjustable level going across there on my two beams. Now I didn't have any I-beams, but I did have some fairly large pieces of oak. I've been drying for about the last 6 years, and I'm using those and planing those off and squared them up on the joiner and the planer, and I think they're fairly flat. So this is what I've done to lift the fuselage up off the floor, and I've made it so that I've leveled off these off the face here, and it's fairly close. I bought myself one of those nice Bosch laser levels, and boy, this thing's pretty slick, and it puts a real nice line across there. And there's my little doodad I made up. Here it is. It's down here, and I made myself a little line. As you can see, it crosses that bottom line. This is just a piece of, scrap wood. Put a couple nice lines on it, and this gets so that I'm really level all the way across. And so I did that on all four sides, and so now I know that these are parallel and level, and I've put myself on my beams that are fairly long, and they're also I think they're level too. So that's helped me quite a bit. Also bought one of these little Klein level tools, and I'll look at it here and see what it is across I'm within 1/10 of a degree across there, so I got a little bit of work I can do. And depending on where, I'm still 0.1 there, so to 0. So this is right at the furring strip, which maybe a little bit far. I'll move that back. Should be at that corner right there. So it should be at the corner. And part of my questions when I was originally put it together was, I put this piece here on the rivet line, centered it up, and I just couldn't, when this thing was flat, see how it was going to line up. And it will line up, so I will be able to catch the holes. Put a little more turn that on a little bit, and it's 76, and I haven't done any real jiggling with it, but this one should end up being 75.5, and so I'm 75.9. I may be 4/10 of a degree off, and it would be back slightly. So they could take this back just slightly and work on that, and it'll be close on my holes, but it will hold that up. I still have never seen anything written well from Zenith about why they gave up the wing jig Maybe it was a little too hard to produce. Maybe it wasn't accurate enough. I don't know. But I think they're going off of the laser cut holes from the from where you put the center spar section, and all this is, laser, or the CNC cut holes, CNC cut holes, CNC cut holes, and line this up. So that plus the angles ought to get us correct. I don't think I've looked at this one yet. 83.1. And let me find my other jig. Don't see it here right off. This section should be, well, okay, should be 83. So, everything's starting to line up very well. I have 42 millimeters below the firewall. The firewall's running, it's supposed to be 77.5. I'm really close there. I want to make some supports. They showed a couple of blocks going here. I'll make a couple of supports through there the next day. It's getting there. It's getting there. I had some initial questions, and things are, as I'm starting to build these sawhorses and get the thing up on the sawhorses, it's getting really close, and I'm 4/10 of a degree off there. 0.1 there. That piece is in there. Just got here. 0.1 to 0. 0. This is flat back here. I had to just put a bolt through the back end so that it's stable, and just rested it on this little pad that I have that's got a little adjustment on it. So that made that nice. So anyway, reasonably stable, or reasonably parallel and level left to right. May tweak that some more. I've got to get a little bit longer. I don't have a long enough beam to go across here yet. And pretty soon I'll bring the longerons in and get them clamped in. I think that'll help stabilize things across here a little better. Anyway, so I just thought I'd put another little video in here, and hopefully this will help reassure some of y'all that are starting to get to this point. There's a little bit of a divergence from what the Zenith plans show, or the Zenith assembly manual shows, and what the home build help people do, and it's all kind of a convergence of a couple different places. And as always, follow the plans, as they say, follow the plans. So anyway, I hope that maybe helps somebody, and good night here from Paris, Texas, and y'all take care. Bye.